Hey guys, welcome to Kitchen Talk with Granna. I'm so glad you guys can come off into the kitchen with me for just a few minutes today, a few minutes of your time. I really do appreciate you guys giving me your time. And I just want to say thank you, first of all, for that, because I do appreciate that. But before we jump off into our conversation for today, you guys know what you need to do. Go ahead, write on down there, write on down at the bottom of your screen. Go ahead, guys, give me that thumbs up button. Give me that share my video with all your family and friends. And if this is your first time y'all checking out Kitchen Talk with Granna, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become one of my followers, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and jump off into this conversation for today. Okay, insurance companies. Lord, I tell you, whew, they are something when you have to deal with them through a claim, when you have to put a claim in with them, okay? Let me knock on some wood before I get started. I'm gonna knock on some wood. Okay, I've been with this insurance company. We have been with this company 30 years and plus, 30 plus years, okay? We've never had to put in a claim as far as a car accident or anything like that. You know, Greg and I have been fortunate enough not to have any accidents, you know, car accidents or anything. So knock on that wood, I'm really happy about that. You know, and through those 30 years we've been with this company, I believe I can only remember putting in 2 claims, and that was for our house. We had a bad storm to come through and messed up our roof, so we had to, we put a claim in and they replaced the roof. We had to, you know, do the deductible. And then a few years later, we had a bad, what was actually was a tornado came through, or out on the arsenal that came through and knocked some trees down, because we stayed very close to the arsenal, and we ended up getting another damage. Our roof got damaged again, so we had to do another claim. Those were the only 2 claims that I can remember of, okay? So about a month ago, I was in a car accident, okay? Thank God I wasn't hurt, I wasn't injured or anything like that. So I was very fortunate and very grateful that I did not get hurt in the other vehicle. No one got hurt in that vehicle, okay? So, you know, it was rude that it was my fault because I had to yield and the other car was coming. So which I did yield. And I could see this car was way over 300-400 feet away from me, way, you know, down where I could see. So I proceeded to move out into the intersection, and I was pretty much out in the intersection. And the car caught me on my driver's side, the back part of my door and the passenger door. He T-boned me there. So, basically the bottom line, you know, the bottom line of the story is that my vehicle was totaled, okay? First go around, they was telling me that they could fix my vehicle. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know, you can fix the vehicle. That's cool. You know, I was a little leery about it because, you know, my airbags did deploy on the driver's side and the back passenger side. So I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, I'm getting excited thinking they're gonna, you know, they could fix my vehicle. And then they come back and they was like, well, no, it's gonna actually end up out the adjuster and everything back and forward. They was saying, no, it's, you know, it's gonna cost too much. And, you know, and I don't blame the adjusters and the people that works for my insurance company and, you know, all that, because they just got a job to do. So I never went off on them, period. I never just got upset and went off on them. I went back with them on some things, but I just never just, you know, went there with them, you know. But anyway, my car ended up being total. So for, you know, last week, couple of weeks, you know, I was, you know, coming into closing out the total of my car. I've been going, you know, communicating with my adjuster or the person I was dealing with my insurance, you know, with the payoff on my car, because my car was not paid for. So, you know, you have insurance with this company, you've been with this company, and you've paid into insurance all these years, and then when something like this go down, it's like pulling tooth, you know, to get them to, you try to get as much out of the payoff towards your car as possible, you know? And I understand that they just got a job to do and they have all these regulations and these rules, and they got this scale. They tell me they go by this, they go by that, and all this kind of stuff, you know, all that. So I understand that, you know, and it's not the person that I'm speaking with setting these policies and all this and that. So like I said, of course I can't get upset with them, but it's crazy that, you know, you spend all these years, and, you know, insurance is something that is required anyway, on top of you just need to have it. It's a requirement in the, you know, in most states you have to have car insurance anyway, you know, whether it's full coverage or liability, you have to have that. So it's just a shame that you spend all this money paying into these insurance companies, and then when it comes time for you to put in a claim, that you have to go through so much red tape and deal with it. You know, it's just so frustrating to have to deal with, you know. Like I said, people really need to have their vehicle insured. They need to have their home insured. They need to have their life insured. I mean, you have to have these things so when stuff happen, you'll have some type of coverage. You know, I understand that, and I truly believe that, and I have all that, and I've had all these different insurance policies in place years, 30 plus years on everything, life insurance, home insurance, car insurance, you know, all that. So anyway, you know, I gotta find a new car. So I gotta get a new car. You know, I'm kind of searching around for that right now. You know, we've been looking around at different cars and stuff like that. I did not get them to do the total payoff of my car. So I have a balance on a car that's totaled, that somewhere in a junkyard now, I guess, I don't know where it's at, that I gotta pay this balance off on top of getting a new car. It's just so crazy. It's so crazy, and I'm laughing about it now. But 2 weeks ago, I was not laughing about it. I was just to my wits' end about this situation. But I had to keep going back and telling myself, you know, you're great, you're blessed that you did not get hurt, because that you know, that vehicle T-boned you right, you know, into your door, in the passenger door. And thank God, you know, just thank God I did not have either my grandchildren in the car with me, because, you know, of course they're backseat riders, and I mean, they have my younger grandkids have the boosters that when they with me, I put in the car for them to, you know, to have the boosters and stuff. But I'm grateful that no one was in the car with me when it happened, you know. And of course, you know, I was sore, and I had, you know, from the seat belt, I was, you know, bruised from the seat belt, because my seat belt it definitely works. Wear your seat belt, it worked, because when that car hit me, that seat belt tightened up so tight, I was like, oh my God, I was panicking because it was so tight on me, you know. But it definitely worked, you know. But it's just crazy, all the red tape you have to go through with these insurance company. And if you know, it's really a big scam. You know, you pay all this money. I probably done paid for about 5 freaking cars through this insurance company over the 30 years that I've been with them. I done paid off at least 3 cars with them, you know. And then once I get into this accident, I have to go through so much back and forward. You know, we going back and forward. I'm calling her like, well, did you talk to your supervisor? You know, y'all really need to up that. You need to, you know, try to pay that off in full. You know, I'm going back and forward with her about it. So, but she was a very, you know, the young lady that I had, she was really very patient with me. And she was really, you know, she did go back a couple of times, you know, and she really was trying to do, she did the best. I think she did the best that she could do, you know. Like I said, it's not there, you know, it's just like any customer service job that people have when it comes to customer service. You can't take it out on them, because they're just doing a job. You know, they're just doing their job. They can't change the rules and the policies and all that. It's just crazy. It is just so crazy. But, you know, I mean, I take it, you know, okay, you know, and I was okay with everything. I was okay with even with, you know, it coming out to be my fault, because I knew I had to yield, you know, before I went into the traffic. So I knew that. So I'm okay with, you know, it even coming down to be my fault. I'll take that L, I'll take that. I have full coverage insurance. This is a real well-known insurance company. This is not some little side insurance company. It's well-known. So I knew I had really good coverage, so I wasn't worried about that. And the gentleman that hit me, all it did, he was in this big old truck, big old Ram truck. So all it did was bend his bumper. You know, his bumper got bent, but he just destroyed my little vehicle that I was in, just destroyed it. So, you know, I was okay with all that, even though I felt like, you know, he had enough time where he could have definitely not, you know, hit me. He had enough time to stop. He didn't have to hit me. He definitely did not have to hit me. But, you know, it is what it is. It happened. Everything happens for a reason. And, you know, I just have to be grateful that I did not get hurt. And I walked away from it. And vehicles can be replaced. You know, you can go back and forth with these insurance companies all you want. You know, you can argue and fuss with them. But, you know, most of the time, they're going to be the one to end up winning. You know, they're going to be the one to win. And, you know, you just have to go with it. There's nothing you can do about it. So, you know, like I said, I can laugh about it now, but I was upset. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I was pretty upset when I was going back and forth. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. I've been with y'all 30. Yes, ma'am. We see you've been with us for 30 years. We see you've been with us since like 1985. And yeah, I'm like, yeah, this is crazy. We never missed no payment. We never changed. Once we got with you all, we never changed. Everywhere we went, we kept that insurance policy with them. You know, when we was moving around in the military, we was with that company. This company, like I said, this is a major company. It's nationwide, international wide, and all that. So it's a very well-known company. But you know, it's nothing that they could have did. They did what they did. So now I'm on this journey of trying to find me another vehicle, and that's it, you know. And everybody kept asking me, well, did you get the Gap insurance? Did you get the Gap insurance? And I've never gotten the Gap insurance, but I think this time when I go to get me a new vehicle, I might have to go and pay them little extra dollars to get it, because I'd be trying to keep my car payment down as low as possible. You hear me? I'm trying to lower it, and I'd be looking at it like, why I need Gap insurance? I got full coverage. I got, you know, good insurance, you know, with this company. So, but this time, you know what? I'm gonna get that Gap insurance, because that Gap insurance would have covered that little bit of money that they didn't pay off that I gotta pay now. So I think when I go out car hunting this time, I'm definitely gonna, you know, look at everything, and I'm gonna, you know, probably just suck it up and just pay a few extra dollars and get the Gap insurance. You know, I always take the extra maintenance that comes with it. Even if it's a new car, they have different little deal packages where you get the extra maintenance. If you go past your, you know, so many miles or whatever it is, you can get the extra little maintenance to cover this and that. I always get that kind of stuff because I want to make sure I can cover my maintenance. But I've never gotten that Gap insurance. But lesson learned, I'm gonna get the Gap insurance, okay? All right, guys, I just want to throw that out there because that's something I just been dealing with for the last couple of weeks, well, last month, because it was over a month ago I had this accident, and I still don't have a car yet. But I wanted to just throw that out there about the insurance company. Like, wow, just stuff you have to go through with these insurance companies, you know what I mean? If you don't know what I mean, and if you're looking at purchasing a vehicle, you might want to check into that Gap. So Gap insurance, along with your additional insurance, to make sure you covered all the way around if you happen to be in a type of accident or anything like that. Okay. All right. Well, I'm about to get up out of here. I hope you guys have a great day. When you're out and about, make sure you're wearing your mask. Make sure you're social distant. Just make sure you're doing everything to stay safe and healthy, okay? You guys have a great day. I'll check you out next time around. Have a good one.